Hello students once again. Now as we have completed our literature chapter and one writing skill also, now we will do one grammar topic. Okay. This grammar topic is chapter number 6, that is adjectives and degrees of comparison. Okay. So first we will learn about the adjectives. Adjectives, the definition is here. Any word that adds something to the meaning of a noun or a pronoun is called an adjective. As we all know that adjectives are the adding parts, okay, which are adding some meaning to the nouns or pronouns, and that is why they are also called defining word, because they defines the noun or pronoun. Okay, so example is here. Just look at it. A clear blue sky. Okay. Here you can see in this line, what is the noun in it? Sky, right? Sky is the noun. So in the above expression, the words clear and blue, these two are adding some meaning to the word sky, to the noun sky. Okay, so they add some quality to the noun sky. So the words clear and blue, they both are playing the role of an adjective over here. Okay, so here clear and blue, they are defining the sky, the color of the sky and the appearance of the sky. Okay, the appearance of the sky, that is, it is clear and the color is blue of it, so it is defining the sky. Okay, so that is why this is called the adjective, right? And it is all most of the times adjectives are before the nouns only. Okay, sometimes they are after the noun as well, but they are directly related to the noun or pronoun. Now look at the position of adjectives. Position is which an adjective can be placed before or after a noun, as I told you. So here you can see that adjective before the noun. Okay, before the noun, he gave intelligent reply. Here reply is the noun over here. So how was the reply? Reply was very intelligent. Okay, he has given the reply very intelligently, or intelligent reply. Here adjective after a noun, his reply is intelligent. Okay, here you are using the intelligent not before reply but after reply. Okay, then also it can be positioned over here. So an adjective can be positioned before or after a noun. Some other ways are also there. So just look at these examples. A long road. Okay, a long road means the road is long. Okay, these are the expressions. A sunny day, the day is sunny, the meaning of it is. Okay, so in both the ways it could be written. Next is your kinds of adjectives. Now kinds of adjectives, there are 6 kinds of adjectives which are in your syllabus, though they are more than that also, but in your syllabus there are 6 kind of, so we will do them. First is your adjective of quality. Second is the adjective of quantity. Okay, that shows the quantity of something. Third is adjective of number. Fourth is demonstrative adjective. Number 5 is interrogative adjective. And the number 6th one is possessive adjective. Okay. Now the first kind of adjective is adjective of quality. Learn first the quality one. So it is like an adjective of quality describes the quality of a person or thing, right? As the name suggests, quality. So it is related to the defining of the quality of a person or thing. They are also called the descriptive adjective. Okay, as they describes the quality, so they are also called descriptive adjectives. So you can see here that they answer the question, and they answer the question of what? What kind of? Okay, what kind of? With the help of the noun or pronoun, you can answer, find out the answer of what kind of. So you will get the answer of adjective of quality. Okay, so here are the examples. Akbar was a tolerant ruler. So you can see that Akbar was what kind of ruler? Tolerant ruler, right? So tolerant is your adjective of quality. The teacher told the students an amusing story. So what kind of story? Amusing. So amusing will be your adjective of quality. Okay. Adjective of quantity. Quantity means quantity is related to the measurement, right? So adjective of quantity specifically denotes the quantity or measurement of a thing. So adjective of quantity also gives an answer, and the answer of the question is how much. Okay, obviously it is related to quantity and measurement, so it will give the answer of how much. So examples are some, any, little, much, enough, sufficient, insufficient, all, whole, great, etc. So these are some examples of adjective of quantity. Okay. So they are the measuring words जिन्हें हम measure कर सकते हैं. We cannot count them, right? Uncountable nouns. So we need to buy some coffee. Some coffee. Now, how much coffee? Some coffee. I have dash faith in the system. How much faith? Little faith. We haven't got enough time. How much time? Enough time. Okay. So this is giving you the answer of how much. Adjective of quantity. The adjective of number. Now number and quantity are almost similar, but number we can count. Okay. So they are used with the countable things most of the times. So an adjective of number expresses the definite quantity of something. Okay, the definite quantity means in numbers or in proper exact numbering we can tell about. So in easy words we can say that it tells us the exact number of something. And adjective of number also answers us the question, and the question of it is how many. Okay, adjective of quantity how much, and number how many. So here are the examples. I have two dictionaries. How many dictionaries? Two. This book has 5 good stories. How many good stories? 5. There are several things to learn. How many things? Several things. Okay. So this is your adjective of number. Next is demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative, as the word suggests, the demonstration of something. Demonstrative pronouns also we have done. So demonstrative pronouns were this, that, these, those. The position of something. So same like the adjectives also. So demonstrative adjective points out the place or position of some noun or pronoun. But which are just you have to keep in mind that adjectives always add some meaning to the noun and pronouns are used in place of the noun. Okay. So a demonstrative adjective points out the place or position of some noun or pronoun. So they ask a question and the question is which one? Okay, which one? Example is this, that, these, those, certain, and such are the examples of it. Those buildings are newly constructed. Okay, so which one buildings? Those buildings. You are pointing out towards the place or position of those buildings. That colony is well planned. So which one colony? That colony. Okay. Certain students are more sincere than others. So which one students are sincere than others? Certain students are sincere than others. So these are the examples of demonstrative adjectives. Okay. Next is the interrogative adjective. So interrogative adjective, which as the name suggests, it is related to questions, interrogation, right? So a word that modifies a noun by asking a question is called interrogative adjective. Okay, it asks a question to us. So here they are used to ask questions. Examples are which, whose, what, etc. So WH words. So here you can see the examples. Whose purse is lying on the table? So it is asking a question that whose purse is lying on the table. So what is the difference between interrogative adjective and pronoun? Interrogative adjectives are placed before a noun. Okay. As you can see, they are accompanied by the noun. Whose purse? So purse is a noun. So whose will be your interrogative adjective. Which pen do you like more? So which pen? You are asking about the pen. Okay. So which pen? It is placed before the noun. So it is your interrogative adjective. Which team scored the higher in the last match? So here also team is the noun and which is the interrogative adjective. Okay. So just keep these things in your mind to differentiate between the adjectives and the pronouns. As I told you at the time of pronouns also, which are there are they are almost similar. Means the types of pronouns and types of adjectives are almost similar. So you have to differentiate between them. Okay. Now next one is your possessive adjective. Possessive is used for showing possession. Okay, ownership. So a possessive adjective shows possession or belonging or ownership upon something. Okay, so examples are my, our, your, his, her, its, their. These are the examples of possessive adjectives. Now look at the examples. My house is quite near the school. Okay, so whose house is quite near the school? My house. So I am having the possession on that house, right? So it is also, you can see bacha here also, that my house is quite near to the school. So house is a noun and my is placed before the noun, right? So this is the adjective, okay, showing the possession on the noun. Got it? So adjectives are always used with the noun or pronoun. So my house is quite near to the school. Your gloves are warm. Whose gloves? Your gloves. Oh, his camera is very expensive. Camera. Whose camera? His camera. So his means he is having the possession on that. Our house is very big. So whose house? Our house. We are having the possession upon the house, right? So these are the possessive adjectives. Now, next that we are going to learn after the all the types of adjectives, we are going to learn about the degrees of comparison. Okay, adjectives and the degrees of comparison is the name of the chapter. Na? So, after completing the types and the adjectives, we are coming to the degrees of comparison. Okay, so now we will compare between the things. How we will compare it? Adjectives change in form when they show comparison. We all are aware of that adjectives and adverb both are like that. Which adjectives are also having the comparative and superlative degrees and same as adjectives. So adjectives change in form when they show comparison between certain things. Okay, so here first comparative degree is positive degree. Okay, for comparison is positive degree. So what is positive degree? The first degree. Okay, bacha. So an adjective is said to be in the positive degree when there is no comparison at all. Okay, when there is no comparison over there, that is called the positive degree. Second is your comparative degree. As the name suggests, it is this degree is used for comparison. So an adjective degree is said to be in the comparative degree when it is used to compare two nouns or pronouns. Okay, but comparative degree is used only to compare two nouns or pronouns. Always remember this. Okay, and when we have to use more than two nouns or when we have to compare more than two nouns, then we use the superlative degree. Okay, so what is superlative degree? An adjective is in the superlative degree when it is used to compare more than two nouns and pronouns. Okay, we use the article the before the superlative degrees. Okay, always remember this. We use the article the before the superlative degrees. For example, we say na, this is the biggest building in the society or in this area, right? So the biggest, so biggest is the superlative and before that we are using the. We will learn about that how they are changing their form. Okay, so few rules are there which are how the comparative and superlative degrees are formed with the positive degree, that we will learn now. So by adding of ER and EST to the positive degree. First rule is that we add ER and EST to the positive degree. So examples are here. You can see positive, comparative and superlative degrees are written at the top. Here is bright, brighter, brightest. Black, blacker, blackest. Bold, bolder, boldest. Clever, clever, cleverest. Cold, colder, coldest. Fast, faster, fastest. Great, greater, greatest. As you can see, bacha, in all of them we have used ER for comparative and superlative EST. Right? So just remember this first rule in your mind. This is the most common one. Okay? By using ER and EST. Number two, second rule is by addition of R and ST to the positive degree ending in E. If your positive degree is already ending with E, so we will remove E from the comparative and superlative. Okay, and we will only write R and ST. Why? Because E is already written over there. So now look at these examples. Brave, BRAVE. Now E is already present over here, bacha. So you will only add R and ST. Right? Brave, braver, bravest. Fine, finer, finest. Large, larger, largest. Nice, nicer, nicest. Noble, nobler, noblest. Pale, paler, palest. Simple, simpler, simplest. Right? So just keep this thing in your mind. If it is already ending with E, you will not write E again. Okay? The third rule is when the positive ends in Y. Now keep this rule properly in your mind and listen to it carefully. When the positive ends in Y and has a consonant before it. Okay, and it is having a consonant before it, we change y into I and then add er and est. Okay, we remove y and we use I in spite of that, and after that we use er and est for comparative and superlative by deleting the final y and adding IER and IEST. Okay, so what we remove or delete, we remove y and we use IER and IEST. So keep this rule in your mind. For example, costly. Here you can see the last word is y, right? The last letter is y, last alphabet is y, and before y it is L, and L is a consonant, right? So if it is a consonant and at last it is y, so we will remove y and we will use I in place of y, and you know that for comparative and superlative we will use ER and EST, right? So keep this thing and this rule in your mind. Same as dry, drier, driest. R is a consonant. The next, easy, easier, easiest. Y is, S is before Y, so S is a consonant. In happy, P is the consonant. In heavy, V is the consonant, and lazy, Z is the consonant, right? So easy, easier, easiest. Happy, happier, happiest. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Lazy, lazier, laziest. Okay. So these are the positive, comparative, and superlatives. Number fourth rule is when the positive degree ends in a consonant with a vowel before it. Okay, for example, any word is there and before the last word it is a vowel. So we double the consonant and then add er and est. Okay, now look at the examples and it will be clear to you. For example, big. Now here you can see that B-I-G. G is a consonant, right? But before G, what is it? It is I. I is your vowel sound, right? So I is a vowel. So that is why if vowel is before the consonant at the end, so we will double up the last consonant and add er and est. For example, big, bigger, biggest. Dim, dimmer, dimmest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Okay, in all of them you can see that before the last consonant there is a vowel. So that is why we are doubling the last consonant and we are using er and est for the comparative and superlative degrees. Got it? So after the fourth rule is that by addition of er and est to the positive degree when it ends in y. If it is ending with a y only and uh, we use only er and est before that. How? Just look at the example. And here you can see which we have learned that if it is ending with y and before that if it is a consonant we remove y and use I in place of that, right? But here if we are having y at last and before y it is a vowel. Okay, like the fourth rule, same in the fifth rule also. If before the y it is a, so we will not change y into I, we will use it like that only. Gay, gayer, gayest. Gray, grayer, grayest. Okay. So number six rule, by placing more and most before the positive form. Now how we will use the more and most before the positive form? Here it is written positive, comparative and superlative. It is related to the syllables which are okay. More and most we use before those for comparative and superlative when the positive degree, the word in the positive degree is of more than two syllables. Okay, is more than two syllables. Just pronounce them. Active, active, active is related to three your syllables. It is a combination of three syllables. But our syllables which are, now listen it carefully, it is very important for you all. Syllables are the fluctuation of our mouth or tongue while speaking any word. Okay, so syllable, for example, attractive. In how many parts you will break that particular word, and how many fluctuations are there in your mouth while speaking that, that is called the syllable. Okay, for example, we are saying more, right? So more, only two syllables are there. More, right? Most, most, most two syllables are there. But if we are saying attractive, how many syllables? Three syllables are there, right? So if courageous. See how a big word it is, courageous, right? So our mouth is fluctuating 4 to 5 times, right? So what is this, Vacha? If your word, if your positive degree is of more than 2 syllables, then we always use more and most before that, okay, for comparative and superlative. Active, a more active, most active. You will not write active or activist. Getting it? Attractive, more attractive, most attractive. Same, beautiful, more, most beautiful. Brilliant, more brilliant, most brilliant. Careful, courageous, cunning, difficult, famous, faithful, important. Just try to pronounce all these words and try to find out how many syllables are there. I will ask you in the your team session. So just try to find how many syllables are there in the single word. Okay. So now next rule is some adjectives do not follow any of the rules explained earlier. Okay, they are compared irregularly. Okay, so they are compared like that. There is no regular rule, means no er and est rule. They are irregular. So here are the different forms of such adjectives. Look at it. For example, bad, bad, worse, worst. Evil is also having the same form, worse and worst. Near, nearer, nearest. Ill, worse, worst. Far, farther, farthest. Well and good, better, best. Late, later, latest. Late, for late, which are later, and latest is used for time. And latter and last is later, and last is used for position. Okay. For example, what is the position of that boy in the race? It was the last position. Okay. So latest as possible for time, right? So little, less, least, much, many. For much and many, both more and most are used for comparative and superlative. For old, older and elder, both are used for comparative, and oldest and eldest, both are used for superlative. Older and oldest are used for which are things and animals. Elder and eldest are used for human beings. Okay. For example, we say for example, he is my elder brother. Okay. So like this, elder and eldest for human beings, and older and oldest for your animals and the things. Okay. So these are certain rules which are that you have to keep in mind. It is very important to keep these rules in mind. Grammar is not like that which you are using right now, and furthermore in your life you do not require it. It is not at all like this. Grammar is a thing which are that will be used throughout your life. So learn the grammar topics, understand the grammar topics carefully, very carefully. So this was the end of the chapter, Vicha. Thank you so much. Hopefully you have understood the chapter. If there will be any doubt of any kind, just ask me in the session. Okay. So take care of yourself, all of you. Do your written work properly and take care. Goodbye.